It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topic plus. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Jet Eye Night all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. What it say? Live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level. What's up, people? This is your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. This is episode 190. I got the crew -1 in the building. I'm gonna let these dudes come in at their own leisure. What's up, fellas?
Yo, what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
What's going on?
Yeah, we hear you.
Hey, yo.
Can anybody hear me out there?
What's good, peoples?
Chilling.
What's up?
Okay. I hear doors open. Is that K-Bum decided to come in? No, just hear doors opening. But so yeah, man, it's been a minute since we've been on last week, but I'm trying to make sure I'm on the right one so I can see the live chat. But I can see it right here, so I know it's live. So hopefully people jump in. We a little behind. But what's been good, man?
Right.
Chilling. Yeah, man.
Man, it's been a minute, Keith, bro. I think I talked to Jedi before I talked to you last, bro.
Hey, man. Nice. That's all I can say.
Yeah, man, we here to talk about these games and other things, movies and different things going on. But I see you there, D2. Are you on the live stream? I see you say, "Hey, yo." Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, cool. So it's on YouTube. Okay, cool. Yeah, man, we here to talk. We minus K-Bum. He had to go to another birthday party. I think K-Bum just silently dissing us. That's all I think that is, man. You know, y'all need to talk to the dude. He dissing us for real. But we got Jedi Knight in the building. What's up, Jedi?
Chilling, people. It's a good day, man. Shout outs to the Cleveland Browns. They are in first place in the AFC North.
Mm-hmm.
Here. It's great to see. That was a very good game. And outside of that, man, like Keith said, it's just family, man. The little one's getting big. She actually starts her first start in school next year, February. I actually had a parent-teachers conference last Monday, so that was a beautiful thing. And outside of that, trying to get some games in as I can.
Okay, that's what's up. D2, what's been good your way, man? You was kind of talking about some stuff, man. Bring us into the goods, bro.
Hey, yo. Okay.
So,
Reza Ramon. No, but I've been trying to replace so much of my electronics all at the same time. It's just been a mess. Maybe it was the last podcast or I talked about it getting the TV and it didn't work out. So I took that TV back. I forgot, Hisense or something like that. It was a Hisense TV.
Mm-hmm.
It was a budget 4K TV. I understood why right away. So I took that on back to the store. And, I had to basically just draw a picture of what type of TV that I wanted for the guy to make sure that I was getting the right TV this time.
Okay.
So what I wound up getting was a Samsung Q70R 4K TV. This TV, from what I'm paying, they call it a mid-tier TV or like a mid-range TV. I'm not paying mid-range dollars for it, but I'm definitely getting my money's worth. I'll tell you that. Really nice. It's a TV with a built-in AI and stuff like that. Like you don't really have to push buttons. You can just talk to the remote and let the TV do all the work for you. If that's what you want to do. That can get annoying sometimes. I mean, you can't just simply change channels with this remote. You have to literally tell it what channel I want it to go on. So I have 2 Samsung TVs side by side because one of them is like my second monitor for artwork. Use that remote control for doing it.
So D2K.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. Oh, so it thought you was talking to it?
I was talking to it. It was like, I don't know why that keeps happening. I'm not pressing any buttons. It just keeps doing that. So it's kind of annoying. I'm gonna have to.
You might have to go into the settings and turn off the prompts so it don't basically think you're talking to it and picks it up and turns it on. So
what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take the batteries out of this remote while we on the air. That should stop that.
Okay.
Hey, D2K, I had
TV. Yeah, what's up?
I had a question. So is 4K a gimmick? I don't know if you saw that conversation between K-Bum and Rebelhead.
Yeah, we had it last week, Keith. We talked about it on the air, but
oh yeah, I'm super late.
Yeah, we dealt with it.
That's funny. I haven't even heard about this. I was going for a minute myself.
Yeah, man. You want to go? You want to go into it, D2? What we was kind of dealing with, like.
I'll try to give the.
Go ahead.
Of it. Basically, I think Digital Foundry came out with a video a couple of weeks ago, and they were talking about the comparisons of 4K regular CRT monitors, and they were basically saying that CRT monitors are giving you resolution on par these, and you don't really need HD TVs in order to get great resolution. And what me and Level were basically was with that was, yeah, you do get great resolution on a small TV with CRTs, but you're not going to get the same resolution when you blow it up to something that's 40, 50, 60 inches. That's the reason why we have LCD and LED TVs, because CRTs can't do that. And that bridged into another conversation of whether or not 4K is a gimmick or if it actually is necessary, or is it necessary? And we kind of all had our own opinions on that.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on I guess it depends on what you're using it for, because there's certain things where you can see where 4K they're not ready for it yet.
Right.
Simple interface on my computer. For instance, my computer, I have my screen hooked up to my computer right now. Windows 4K. It's just not. There's just so many things that you can't. It's out of the proportions of the fonts and everything. You have to blow it up way beyond where it should be, and it makes everything off center. And it's not set up for 4K just yet. In games, and you like, yeah, this is why I got this TV.
Now, my question is, but yeah, we kind of had our own stances on the 4K. They kind of made me realize that while the CRTs look great, and was doing some interesting things with higher resolution, higher frame rates, and I guess what is that? Refresher rates too, I guess. With them being smaller TVs, 32 inches and smaller, once you bump it up to a 60, 65, 55, that range, then you're going to need the benefit of modern TVs. But we also went into, because D2K hadn't chose what TV he was going to get, so I heard that he got the Q. You said the QLED. What made you go with the QLED over the OLED? Because K-Bum going to be real, real interested in, because Jedi got a OLED, a LG OLED, right? I think so. I think you said you got one of those. Jedi. Hello? Is anybody there?
I'm here. I don't hear Jedi.
Keith, you there?
Jedi, you there? I'm still here.
Jedi, you got yourself muted? Make sure.
He's not muted.
Okay.
Oh, he says he can hear us.
Let me make sure on my end I ain't did anything to him. Let me go back. Nah, he's here. I see him here. He was just loud and clear. What happened?
He can still hear us. We can't hear him for
No,
some
I can't
reason.
hear him. Let me go in and make sure. Hold up. Could be me. I'm just still learning this. Say something now. Nope. Don't hear him.
Oh, he dropped. Oh,
He
he's
dropped.
back.
He gonna come back in. So hopefully when he come back in, it'll fix everything. But if I'm not mistaken, he has an OLED. So what made you go with the Q over the O?
I didn't really have that in mind. I was just trying to find a TV that basically was the best price I was willing to spend for gaming.
Okay.
And they said that this particular TV has a very, very low latency in terms of frame rate and stuff like that. It says it's 60 hertz, but it actually has like a quad core processor in it, and it actually gives you the same visuals as 20 hertz TV. It basically is 120 hertz TV.
Okay.
Even though it says 60 hertz, you can, when you watch movies in here, you get that 120 hertz look to it.
Okay.
Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and I don't have my Blu-ray player hooked up to the TV, so I was just watching the actual digital version of it. Oh,
It looked good.
it looked like I was actually looking through a window into another room where everything was happening.
Wow, that's nice. That's nice. See, I've been. What does that mean? Okay, I've been planning
Checking.
Yeah, there you go. Now,
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So isn't
Yeah.
it true that
Okay,
you
my
got
bad.
an
I don't know what that
OLED?
was about.
Don't you have an OLED, Jedi?
Yeah, I think that me and K-Bomb have the same television. I got a LG OLED C7.
Yeah. Yes, y'all in the same ballpark. So he went with the QLED Samsung. But both, like I said, I've seen the QLED, but I only seen it in the store, so I don't feel like I can give it a fair assessment. But that's one I've been looking at. That's why I'm interested, because I know I can't go with the OLED because I got kids, and I have burn in overnight. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I get it, it'll be burnt in with some on cartoons. I'll be seeing the characters in there. So I think I'm gonna go with something like a QLED if I'm for my man cave over the OLED. But they both are beautiful TVs. But that I'm interested to get some more feedback on that D2K as you experience it and have some time with it.
I also had to buy a new graphics card for my computer too. Initially, I bought a GTX 1660 Ti, but that wasn't getting the job done necessarily. Plus, there were some goofy things going on with it. So I took that back, and I went and I got an RTX 2060. This card is much better.
So like you was talking in tongues. I was like, we needed somebody come and interpret this. I don't know. You got to explain it to me. I don't know nothing about that type of stuff. So now you said these are graphics cards.
Yeah. The RTX cards from NVIDIA basically are the ones that have the ray tracing ability.
Okay.
That's the only difference between them and the GTX cards.
Okay. So you talking Keith Norris conversation right there. You and Jedi, y'all know what's going on. I'm off in the weeds somewhere. But so that one done what it needed to do for you?
Yeah, so far. I mean, the only thing, Gears, I still can't really get Gears dialed in to run smooth the way I want to. But everything else that I have runs like Batman Arkham Knight looks just. I can't even put words to it. It just looks so incredible, and it runs at like 40 to 50 frames per second at 4K.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad.
That is a beautiful game, though.
Yes, it is. And I heard rumors that there may be another one on the horizon.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever happened with that. I hope so, because I hope with that studio is making another game, because man, goodness.
All right, Mr. Norris, you've been quiet over there, man. Before we get into that, what you been gaming on? What's been good your way, bro?
Man, I haven't touched a video game in a minute. I've been doing a lot of school work and just working and
Okay.
raising kids, man. So that's all I've been doing. I've been keeping my ear to it, but not much.
I'm with you.
So
That 30 and up
that's kind of
club,
it.
man, especially 30 and up with kids. You hear what Jedi was just saying.
Right.
He just said he had to go to parent teachers conference. But so let's
Right.
get it in, man. Going to our next portion. What you been gaming on, man? Yeah. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right, man. I'm gonna start with you, Jedi. What you been gaming on, bro? Is he there?
You lose them again?
I guess we did. I don't know what's going on. Well, D2K, you go ahead. What you been gaming on? And then hopefully he can jump back in.
A lot of Gears of War 5.
Okay.
Last week, Epic Games actually had they were giving away Batman Day or Batman Week, whatever it was. They were giving away 6 free Batman games. Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Lego Batman games for free on Epic Games.
Okay.
Nice.
You might still be able to get it if you go to the website now. I mean, if you don't have games through Epic, I've never really done it. So what I did, you can actually play it through Steam. You can just like connect it, go to Steam, and it says non-Steam games, and you can connect it to download it. So I went back just to check out how some of the older Arkham games compared to Arkham Knight, and it's no comparison. It's just like looking at a 360 game versus a PC game that just came out today. Even with my TV, it just doesn't hold up.
Okay.
So still amazing games, but I plan to play the Lego Batman games. I never played those before, so I want to check to see what those games are all about. So I was messing around with that. Play a little bit of Dragon Ball Fighters. Debating whether or not I want to buy this season pass too, because I don't like the idea of being nickel and dimed, just to get what I should already have. But Jiren and Super Saiyan Gogeta and Janemba, and now I might break down and wind up getting it.
Okay.
You know, just be able to play as those dudes. So, basically, yeah, I can really think of. I really haven't played anything else new.
Okay.
Hey, what you think about the American voice of Jerry?
You know, I was just watching it this morning. To episode 130, so we got one episode left to go. Next would be the last episode. Like it because it kind of sounds like somebody doing a Piccolo impression.
Right.
But once I got over it, it kind of grew on me. It's not bad. It's not what I would have chose for him, but it's not as bad as when I first heard it.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Are you done, D2? I want to let Keith go, and then I'm
Yes.
gonna try to help
I'm done.
help Jedi out if he not already back. But go ahead, Keith. What you been gaming on?
As I stated earlier, nothing. But I do plan on I do plan on getting Astro Chain and Zelda eventually. When I had a time to like really dedicate it. Like I could play it right now, but I'm not gonna really be fully invested. So
Right.
yeah, so once I get that time to really put some hours into it, those are two games that's like first on my list. And of course I got a huge back catalog of stuff to play, but eventually.
Okay.
But, but that's it.
Jedi, are you back? Can you hear us?
Well, he was for a second.
He was for a second. Did he jump back out again? Okay, so we let him give him time to get back in. As far as me, man, I did go out and buy that Link's Awakening for the Switch, and it is, I'm enjoying it. I have never, Keith, I confess, this is the first time I've ever played Link's Awakening. Actually, this is.
I never played it either.
Oh, you never? Okay, then I don't feel bad, But my first Zelda experience, real for real experience, where I actually played through to the end, beat it, kept up with the storyline, was Ocarina of Time for the N64. Every Zelda prior to that, I didn't play. So I didn't really get into the IP until the N64. So I know that might make me be a fraudulent Zelda fan. I don't know. It might disqualify me from calling myself a Zelda fan.
Let's stop that, dude. Stop that.
I'm messing with y'all.
Don't do that.
But I'm gonna say this, man. I'm actually enjoying this game. I didn't know. I knew I like it. Don't get me wrong. I knew I would like it, but I'm really interested in it. Nintendo considering going back and doing all the previous Zelda games like this. Like the one that was on the NES, the Super NES, the Game Boys. Anyone that was in that over the top look, I think they should go back and do it like this game. And they need to come down on the price though. I don't think we should be spending those $59.99 for these titles. But what's up? We got who's that? Dark Sun Rider. What's up, bro? I got my claps back, man. You know I gotta get you right. What's good, man? There you go. We got him right. But welcome to the show, bro. You were saying something, Keith?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how does it feel going from like Breath of the Wild back to like the classic style of playing Zelda? Go to this temple, that temple, that temple.
You know what?
Versus
you finna get an
going
interesting
anywhere.
take. I'm gonna be honest with you. While this is not Breath of the Wild, let's not be foolish here. I'm actually enjoying the dungeon aspect of this game more than Breath of the Wild.
Checking.
There you go, bro. What's up?
Okay, my bad, guys. My bad.
Okay, no, you good. Keith, I'm actually enjoying the dungeons. I'm actually enjoying the exploration, going through the dungeons, having to find the different keys. That's new. Having to go, and the dungeon is a puzzle within itself because you can't get the other sections of the dungeon until you get the key, the map, the compass. And I'm gonna be honest, it ain't Breath of the Wild in the sense, the Breath of the Wild is a way, I won't say way better, because the feeling it feels like Zelda. It's Zelda. It is Zelda. I don't know what I mean. It feels like Zelda. It is Zelda, but I don't feel like taking, going backwards from going from Breath of the Wild to this game. And there's aspects about this game that I prefer over Breath of the Wild. Like, not necessarily linear nature, because it's really not as linear. It is and it isn't, because you can go anywhere you want to go and do things almost like Breath of the Wild. But I think you do got to do the dungeons in a certain sequence. But you can go and do a whole bunch of other stuff and go all over the map. If you got the tools to get there, you can go there and try to do it. So like I was telling D2 and Jedi Knight, I got stuck in a spot and I didn't know where to go, and the owl hadn't showed up. And when I went and talked to the person on the phone, I went and talked to dude on the phone. He wasn't giving me enough information to help me out on what I needed to do and how to get this particular key. Now I figured out what to do, but when I watched a walkthrough, kind of to like, well, did I miss something? I noticed that I didn't have a lot of stuff. Like I didn't have my boomerang. I didn't have my red or blue suit. I didn't go through that dungeon and do that. So I went back and backtracked, kind of left the storyline and went back and tried to find all the stuff that I just skated past. So I'm still looking at where I need to do get my boomerang. And I chose the red suit over the blue suit. You know, the red suit is the power suit, more strength, and then the blue suit is more defense. So I chose the red suit, and then now I'm looking for my boom. I'm trying to figure out where I missed the boomerang at. But it's a good game, man. I prefer dungeons. I'm hoping that Nintendo goes heavy with the dungeons in Breath of the Wild 2, cause this lets me know I missed dungeons over the shrines. I don't want no more shrines. I'm done with shrines. I had enough shrines with Breath of the Wild.
I'm not upset about the shrines. They should be more involved. Put it like that. Like,
well, or make the shrines like dungeons.
Yeah, just make them more involved, so on and so forth. Because I know why they did it. They did it to make the world feel like it was really a living world and expansive. Mm-hmm. But they need to be more involved.
It was a little redundant, and some of them just was like when you walk in. I guess it was too. I've been here, done this, and the fact that you had over 60 or 70 of these things, probably more than that if I'm not mistaken, because I think I got about 60 or 70. I bet it's like 100 or something.
It's 100 or something, like 120, I think.
Yeah, so I got like 70 completed. I was done, and that was a chore, because I didn't need no more. Right. I didn't need no more hearts. I didn't need no more shrine orbs or whatever they was giving you. I was done. I was like, I'm not looking for another shrine. I'm going ahead. I already unbeat Ganon, Calamity Ganon. I'm done. So, but yeah, I think this game is great. It's a testament to the formula that Nintendo has with Zelda. The fact that I don't feel like I'm like the fact that this was a Game Boy game and all they did was put better visuals over it. They didn't change anything about how the game played. It's just better visuals. And I don't feel like I'm missing something. I'm really shocked at the fact that I'm as involved in this and invested in this game as I am, because I didn't think I'd be that invested in it, and I really am. Like, I totally put Astro Train down. Like, Astro Train hasn't even seen the light of day since I bought this game. Not to say Astro Train is not a good game, because it is. But it's Zelda, man. It's Zelda, Keith. It's Zelda, D2 Jedi. It's Zelda, man. I'm a Zelda. I like Zelda, and I like the formula. I like that discovery, that mystery, that, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what you finna get into, and never the fact that I've never played this game is all new to me. So the story is new to me. I didn't the windfish and all this stuff, and I'm like, man, am I the one dreaming? Like, is Link actually the one dreaming, or is it the windfish? Like, all this stuff is like new to me, and it's exciting, and I'm like, man, do this to all the other ones so I can play it, because I'm definitely not going back and play the NES version. I just can't do it. I can't do it. But if you make it like this when I play it. So
have you ended Astro Chain?
Have I played Astro Chain?
No, have you ended it yet?
No, I'm probably about 15-20% through Astro Chain. Astro Chain is dope too. I'm not gonna say it's for everybody, because it is a platinum game and it is geared towards more anime, Japanese, if you into them type of hack and slash, but it's really not a hack and slash. It's kind of like take Wonderful 101, strip out certain aspects of Wonderful 101, like the way you control the weapons, and make that your legion. That's what your legion is doing. Like when you had the sword and the whip, and you had to do the different things with the analog stick. That's what your legion has replaced. That functionality is how you're controlling the legion. And then, unlike Bayonetta, there's not a lot of combos, in a sense that you got to remember these button sequences is really simple. It's really, simple. It does it. As long as you push the button in the right speed, it's going to do the right. It's almost like taking something like Double Dragon or what's the Sega Genesis game back in that day?
Streets of Rage.
Streets of Rage. You didn't have a whole bunch of different buttons you had to push. It was one punch. It was a punch button, and you push that punch button 4 times, and it goes through a sequence. That's kind of how Astral Chain does. It has a sequence that it goes through, and then if you push the Legion in the right spot of that sequence, it changes up what happens on the screen. So it's pretty dope. It really is dope, and I'm enjoying it. But I bought Zelda. That's really what happened. I bought Zelda. Didn't think I'd be in, and it sucked me in. I'm like, wow, this game just sucked me in. So that's what I've been playing nonstop. I got 6 of the instruments, I guess, that you got to go play for the Windfish. I got 5 of the 6 keys, or 5 or the 7 keys that you got to get for each dungeon. I got all but 3 or 4 weapons. I'm looking for my boomerang, and then I think I got 3 other slots for some other weapons. And man, I'm just in it, man. I should be done with Link's Awakening probably this weekend. By this week, I should be done with it. I might beat it tonight. I don't know, but the game is good. I'm enjoying it. Definitely, Nintendo needs to reconsider the pricing. I'll give them a pass on this one. But if they revisit this formula with some other Zelda titles, they're going to have to think about the price. They can't be charging us $60 for these up-res and remade games. I don't think it's worth $60. As far as, I'm trying to be careful here. I think Link's Awakening is worth $60 because it's the first one. But if they come back with another one, you know what I'm saying, and they go and they do this for the NES, the 2 on the NES, and do this for a few on the one on the Super NES, then I think Nintendo need to reconsider the price. Like maybe charge $30 instead of $60.
Well,
I think I could bet all the money in my pocket right now. They would never redo those first 2.
Yeah, they should, but I'm with you. I doubt they will, but I think they should, because I think they hit a good formula here. It's definitely a good game, man. And I think Nintendo got something on their hand that they need to revisit again for a lot of them earlier titles that cats might not want to play on the NES. I'll be honest. I was playing it when I did have Nintendo Online. Keith, did you catch that? When I did have it, I gotta renew my subscription. I couldn't play it. I was like, I can't play this, man. I can't do this. I tried the one on the Super NES, and it was a lot better. I can do that one. But after playing...
that one has started the formula.
Yeah. But after playing Link's Awakening in this visual, I can't play that one now. I'm like, nah. Nintendo, you messed up. You shouldn't have gave us this quick. Because I ain't going to play none of them Zelda games now. So, but yeah, definitely good. Well, let me see what Dark Sun Rider said. Yeah, man, my cousin has been on me to get it. That's Gears of War. He talking about Gears 5. Man, we ain't talking about no Gears 5. No, you mess with you. But anyway, so Jedi, what you been gaming on, bro? That's all for me. That's all I've been gaming on. Did Jedi leave again? Did he? Okay, so anybody else got anything y'all want to add to that before we move on to one of our topics until Jedi get back?
I could talk about Much Blood. I mean, Last Blood.
Yeah, go ahead.
That, I've only actually watched this in Rambo 2 movies. I actually watched from beginning to end because I remember seeing Rambo 2 in the movies theaters.
Mm-hmm.
the first one all the way through, even though it's been on TV a billion times. I never actually sat down and watched First Blood from beginning to end. 3, I never really. I saw some of that, and I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. I may go back and see part 4 because it kind of bleeds over into this one. Really good, also. But this movie is the most violent thing I have ever seen in my entire life.
Wow.
They, like I said, I think I said in the chat that NetherRealm Studios is going to get ideas on finishing attacks or fatalities from this movie. The thing that he did at the end was just so wrong, to do this to another human being, and he did it to like 20 or 30 of them. I mean, I don't want to give away what he did, but there's just one part where trap that literally was the pit fatality from Mortal Kombat. It literally was that.
Oh man, okay, I got you.
There was another one where this guy walked into an area, 2 sections of his face went into a different dimension.
Hey,
that's all I can say. I don't know. He went in the room and it was like whoosh, and everything stopped, the music stopped, and there were just parts of his head were missing. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened to him. It was like, what just happened to this guy? It was, man, it was a good movie. I mean, it had a good plot. It's kind of sad, you know, some things that happened in the movie. I'm not going to say what happened in the movie, but it was a really good one. Okay. But if you can handle gore,
you said you stopped talking. I don't know if you went out or what.
Checking.
Yeah, I hear you, Jedi.
No gore to check this movie out, but go ahead, Jedi.
Yeah, what you been gaming on, bro?
Headsets. I'm not sure if it was my headphones, but yeah, I purchased Grid. I've been playing Grid for the past week. Grid is really good, man. It plays really well on the Switch.
That's the racing game, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've been waiting for a racing game, and hopefully they can get like a tower defense game, like Arcs Must Die or something. But Grid is really good.
Okay.
I can't really play in performance mode, or is it performance mode? No, I think performance mode is what I'm playing in. Quality mode, where it has like the best visuals, because there's a slight delay in the controls. But in performance mode, where it's going 60 frames a second, it's a really good game. I'm enjoying myself. Yeah, that's really it. I haven't played any Super Mega Baseball since I purchased Grid. Everything has been Grid from since purchase.
Okay. Now I've been man. I'm having this look, man. Nintendo is trying to rob people this year because I got to get Luigi's Mansion next month. That's why I was listening to Keith like, bro, how you gonna pull all this off? Because you know what's coming out next month. So I'm looking at Gears 5. I'm like, and I want the game you just Grid. I want that, but I also want to keep my marriage. You know what I'm saying? I think that is more important. I really am, man.
You're a wild guy.
I'm trying to be. I'm so serious, bro. Like, look, I might swipe 1 or 2. And I'm like, I'll catch y'all on the next month and re-up. But I know if I go, I think I got one more opportunity of a swipe. Like,
well, this is what you got to consider. You got the Nintendo games don't drop in price like the first party. Zelda's not gonna drop in price, so it doesn't really matter when you buy it. Luigi's Mansion and it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Astral Chain will drop in price.
Right.
Gears will drop in price.
And that's why I'm waiting on Gears. I believe Gears gonna be probably like $39 around Christmas time and Black Friday. So I'm gonna try to catch that game around then, and sneak it in as a present for my son. But it's really a present for us. You know what I'm saying? but no, D2K gone. You said you've been playing Grid. What else, man? Jedi. You said you've been playing what else?
that was really it. I've only been playing Grid. Super Mega Baseball 2 is what I was playing before I made that purchase. But once I made that Grid purchase, man, when it released, that's all I've been playing.
Okay. Now I downloaded that demo and played it, man. That baseball game ain't too bad. That's not a
Yeah,
bad
man,
game.
it looks like a arcadish type game, but it plays like a sim.
Yeah, my son was laughing. I'm like, look, man, I don't care what you got to say. This game kind of fun. You know,
Yeah, it's not bad.
I wasn't expecting that level of detail as far as the actual game of baseball to be in a game. I guess in that particular game, especially one that's basically in the eShop. I wasn't expecting that. That was kind of shocking to me. I also
you're not gonna get like the show level gameplay, but I think I paid like $20 for that game for what it's
Right.
worth. $20, it's not bad at all. And also, I'm not like really big on MLB, so I don't know a lot of the players like that. Like the last time I really paid attention to baseball on that level, it was kind of like Ken Griffey Jr. and Derek Jeter. So I don't really know all of the new players there. So I don't have that problem of playing a baseball game and needing to know like the players.
Right.
So if you're looking for just the experience of a good, exciting baseball sim and don't mind the arcadey look to it, the game is really good.
Yeah, I don't mind an arcade look. I'm fine with it. I also downloaded that new version of what is it, Contra. I haven't played it yet, but I've been hearing so many reviews that's just trashing it. I ain't even, but I'm gonna try it out for myself. You know how we are. We don't let reviews dictate our opinions on stuff, but I'm gonna try it out. But I had my skepticism when they showed it. I was like, this does not look good. This is like they wanted to make Gears and didn't want to look too obvious that they was trying to make Gears out of Contra. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try it out eventually. Probably when I beat this Zelda game, I'll probably give it a go and then jump back on that Astral Chain. Anything else before we jump into these topics? All right, so like I said, we already kind of talked about Link's Awakening, so we don't have to deal with that. We had State of Play, so we're going to talk about that. We also want to talk about the big ordeal right now, how The Last of Us, Naughty Dog has took multiplayer out of Last of Us 2. And I don't know how many people here has actually played the multiplayer on the original The Last of Us, but it was actually a good multiplayer game. Actually, it was really good. I mean, Cat's still on that pretty strong today, and that game is at least, 5-6 years old now.
6 years old, yeah.
Yeah. So this it seems to be a big blow to those who were big Last of Us fans, especially of the multiplayer. I shared one person. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but bro, it went from jokes and giggles to a literal tirade. I was like, whoa, this switched to he was screaming at the top of his lungs and flim-flamming. I was like, this brother is really upset over this video game not having this online service. So we're gonna talk about that, but let's talk about State of Play, PlayStation. We haven't talked since that happened. Who all here seen that State of Play?
I only saw the Last of Us trailer.
Okay. D2,
I'm gonna check it out now.
Okay.
I skimmed through it.
Yeah.
I didn't really watch it. Just kind of skimmed through it.
What about you, Jedi? Did you check it
I
out?
haven't seen it at all.
Okay. I checked it out. I watched it. It was cool. I still feel like, and maybe this is, and I'm just gonna be honest, this could be my Nintendo Direct bias, and I'm used to the way Nintendo transitions through the games and how I think Sony needs to liven up the in between the announcements. But outside of that, I thought it was a good State of Play. I thought they had,
you know what? You said something once before.
Go ahead.
The woman that's doing the voiceover. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
The woman that's doing the voiceover, and you said there was just something about her that you just couldn't
jive with. It doesn't connect.
I see what you're saying about that now.
Okay.
I see what you're saying about that now, because that was something that stuck out to me like a sore thumb when I was listening to her. Just like something about her just kind of
too robotic. Just
yeah,
it
does not seem. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any real emotion. Not that's not to say that the Nintendo people are any different in terms of like please take a look with all that crap they keep doing. They've been doing it for the past 15 years, but you know. Voiceover person is like, hi, blah 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 blah. So they could do a little bit better with that. Get another person do the voiceover,
or add some character, some dynamic, some emotion to whatever the voice is. What's up? Welcome to the show, Island Steve. Yeah, man. If you're listening, if y'all listening, let me know. We gonna get you. We kind of back to our normal format. We getting this thing figured out, man. It's taking us about 2 months, but we getting there. We old. So,
they could use that one dude that was doing the Nintendo little what was that thing they had,
the guy that used to do the Nindies.
No. You remember the little fitness video they just came out with the girl and the guy?
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that, Keith. No. Nah. Get that out. Don't do that at all. No, he scared me, bro. That brother was scaring me. He was smiling too hard. He was a little too happy, and I was like, bro, you showing all yourself in this like. The way he was moving is like, bruh, like what? Why are you so happy to hold this circle?
Like, he wasn't. He was screaming for help.
Yeah, something was wrong. I was like, bro, you really happy to have this job, or you need this job? One of the two. I don't know what's going on, but no, they don't need him at all. I don't think nobody enjoy that if they put him up there. But outside of that's a small critique. It was I thought it was a decent state of play. I thought what they showed, like they showed the new Call of Duty. What is it, Modern Warfare? Is that what they call it? I don't know if they gave it any number or anything like that. Is it just Modern Warfare? What is it?
Yeah, it's just called Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Okay.
Yeah.
It looked good.
Yeah, and I actually got a free copy of that because I brought the graphics card.
Oh, okay. Oh, you glad to let us know. I'm not gonna front. I was like, man, is this PlayStation 5? Is this PlayStation 4? I was really kind of like trying to figure out, or most likely that was PC, if anything. I was gonna, but it looked good. It looked real good. Ain't no fronting on that. That game looks amazing. Now, I think I saw, if I'm not mistaken, I saw Active Gamer playing it, because I think they got a.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. And he said it was good, and I trust active taste on games. He tend to be, pretty solid when he say something is good. It tends to be that.
He wasn't doing bad either.
No, he ain't no dude. That's a real gamer right there. I learned that. That's why John Shaw used to laugh at when I say, man, I think I am a casual gamer. When I was getting around these dudes, I was like, these dudes are. I saw that brother do something in Donkey Kong. I was like, did I just watch this dude pull that off in one try? I would have died at least 50 times doing that. But yeah, he looked like it looked good. It played good. His account of it was great. So, but what I saw, it looked great. I thought it looked real good. I mean, I can't lie. I thought it looked interesting. The storyline looked interesting. The graphics definitely was on fleek. I thought it was nice. Any thoughts?
Well, the only gameplay I saw was him playing, and it looked super clean, extremely clean. It looked like Call of Duty but it looked really, really good. Still not enough to like push me to want to go play it, but the graphics look good. It looked fun. It looked like it was the frame rate was solid. It looked like a solid Call of Duty. And I always say Call of Duty has like some of the best mechanics in first-person shooting games, period. So,
okay, yeah. Jedi, did you see it?
Yeah, I agree. It looked good, but all of the footage looked great. You know, I will say that the footage as of late starts to look like the actual video game in regards to like the first pieces of footage that was released. It was looking like, is this real or is this a game?
Yeah, there you,
You
yeah.
know? I remember the first pieces of footage, man, when they was jumping off the helicopter and they had like the camera on the helmet. I was like, wow, if this game really looks like this, this is like something next level. Now the releases of footage is starting to look like a Call of Duty game.
Right, it
So
look like it's running
you
on
got to be
current
careful with
systems.
some of
Yeah.
the early footage, man, because they be lying they behind on. But yeah, I mean, overall the game does look good, you know.
Yeah.
But it also has that Call of Duty feel to it. You look at it and you immediately know it's a Call of Duty game.
Right, right. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like when I first saw it, I was like, "Man, is this PlayStation 5? What is it?" Cause the draw distance and the character, I was like, "Bro, this is."
Bro, I was blown away when I seen it.
Yeah, I was
this
like,
cannot be real.
"This
If it
ain't."
is, this
Yeah,
is
I was like, "This
this
is
is by
either."
far the best game I've ever seen this generation.
So that was that. I was shocked by that. D2K, you got anything to add to that one? To Call of Duty.
No, because I actually haven't seen. I mean, I saw the trailer in the I saw some of the trailer in the State of Play, but I didn't actually get to see it, to that level. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it again.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. I would love to get your. I'd love for you to watch that and give me get your take on it, because I think you'll probably align with me and Jedi and Keith. It looks like Call of Duty, but that first footage, I was like, "What is this?" Like I was like, "Man, this." I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be transparent. I was sitting there and D2K. The thought of D2K and what he said is about Nintendo came to my mind when he said, Nintendo need to be worried. I ain't gonna even lie. It did pop in my head like, ooh, if they go into this level of graphics, ooh boy, I don't know if we're gonna be getting this type of stuff on the charged up Switch. I was like, bro, this is gonna be ridiculous. But as the gameplay started to be shown, you quickly saw that there was a lot of cutscene stuff. So, but the next game I remember, I can't remember all the games they showed. They showed a lot of stuff that was forgettable. But what is it? Medieval? I think that was the game. Medieval, the game that was on the PlayStation, the knight with the bone skeleton knight. I think that's what the name of that game is. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I remember that game I remember that from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I never played it. I always wanted to play it. This might be a good excuse.
Yeah.
To finally play
You
it, but
the
it looked good.
medieval remake?
Yeah, it's a remake.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look it up, make sure I got the name of that game right. Yeah, remake for the place. Medieval, yeah. That looked, I'm gonna be honest, that looked good to me. I actually like that. It wasn't jaw dropping or mind blowing, but it looked good. I thought, hey, that's not a bad game. It looked like it's only going to cost $29.99, so $30. And I think this is something Nintendo needs to start thinking about, man. They need to start thinking about, okay, bro, we got to price this stuff right. I know it's Nintendo.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, y'all got to start, look, when you bring in a game that people are playing and all you doing is adding better visuals on top of it, but it ain't a new game, I don't think you can get it. I don't know how many times they're going to get away with this $59.99. They've been getting away with it, but I think they need to reconsider that. But yeah,
they gonna keep getting away with it as long as y'all keep buying it.
You're right. I don't have nothing else to say to that. That's why I didn't. Some of it, like I didn't go buy. What was it? And I don't even think they charged $59 for that one. But
as long as Nintendo fans keep buying, as long as Nintendo fans keep going on the YouTube channels and saying that the Switch version is better than every other version because you can take it on the go, even though it's like half as much as the other version is, or sometimes 3 times more happening. People are in denial. It's not going to change. Nintendo is still getting your money. So why should they?
I think Total was priced right, but I think, wasn't it Donkey Kong that they went back and charged
that's why I didn't get it.
$59?
I would have bought it if it was like 30 or 20.
But the Wii U version was like $49.
Yeah, the Wii U version was cheaper than the Switch version. They charged the full price.
What?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. If y'all listening And I got that. Matter of fact, I don't have to. I can just look it up. That's why we got internet. Let me look this up.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Switch.
Yeah, if memory serves, that game came out at $49.99, and then the Switch version came out at $59.99.
Let me see. Yeah, as well as $59.99, and the original one on the Wii U was $49.99. You're absolutely right.
Wow.
Yes, that was, and what is it? Toad. What's the name of that game?
Treasure Tracker.
Treasure Tracker. I haven't played that game yet, man, but I think they gave it a stupid price on the Switch, as opposed to the Wii U. So,
but I can halfway.
I didn't get the Wii U version. What's up, LT 1984? Go ahead, Jedi. I was just giving a shout out to LT 1984. Go ahead, y'all hear you. Go ahead, Jedi.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying that I can halfway understand the price of those games that were released on the Wii U that re-released on the Switch, because really nobody purchased them on the Wii U. So, though the games weren't technically new, they were new to the consumer because those consumers didn't have a Wii U to buy the games to begin with. But I do absolutely 100% agree with D2K in respects to, remaking a Game Boy game and putting it out at $60. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when that game is not. It's not comparable to like a Breath of the Wild.
No.
When you price a game, it has to be within the quality has to be within the same area as well. And when you already have a Zelda game that's being priced at $60 and the level of depth that this Breath of the Wild has, and then you price a Game Boy game at $60, it's like that is something that you shouldn't do. That should have been a $40 game.
Yeah. So D2K Dark Sun is saying, that's right. They charge more for the Switch version. Yeah, that's true. So getting back to this medieval, I think the price point is right. $29.99. I think that's a good price point. The game looked cool. Will I buy it? Probably not. But I want to give them the kudos either way. Anyway, I might buy it. I don't know. But it looked cool. I thought it was an interesting looking game. I wish they'd make the other game Capcom made, Maximo. Is it Maximo? That was on the PlayStation? I don't know if y'all remember that game.
Yeah, I don't.
It was either Maximo or Maximus or something like that. It was basically a hack and slash type of game with a knight, and it was pretty cool. It seemed like something you would play on a Nintendo system, but it was pretty cool. Y'all can look it up. I think it's called Maximus or Maximo. It was made by Capcom for the original PlayStation. I wish they'd bring something like that back, but I don't know what else. What else did they show? I know we gonna get to Last of Us. Was there anything else in that state of play? I'm gonna look it up to make sure I ain't forgetting something that I thought looked nice.
I think we might as well go ahead and go to Last of Us.
Yeah, I think that's it.
I didn't see nothing.
I'm gonna look it up real quick just to be safe. So. What did y'all think about that game that was at the beginning with all the people running around and all that stuff? That I thought it was still a part of the introduction. I didn't know it was an actual game.
I saw that. I was like, not my thing.
Okay, yeah, it looked kind of freaky. I'm trying to. I don't find this list. I'm just gonna move on. Here it is. Let me see. Just want to make sure I ain't overlooking anything that I want to bring up.
I'm looking for it too.
LL, there it is. LL Noir, the VR.
Oh, the VR. Yeah.
That looked cool. I know they didn't show anything for real, but just my imagination and having LA Noir on the Switch and getting a chance to play that might work. It's slow pace enough to where the I don't know K-Bum here. He'd throw all shade on me if I say this with him here. That you won't get punch drunk from the VR experience on the PlayStation right now. But I think that might be that's a cool move. I really do. What y'all think about that one?
It's not bad. I've actually I experienced VR for the first time this summer. I was in Amsterdam and I played the Oculus, and I think I told you guys this.
Yeah,
I was playing this game where you had to walk a plank, and bro, it feels real. It's crazy, But I think LA Noire it kind of fits right because it's that slow pace and it's investigation, and you have to look at items and you have to like cross things off and figure out cases, and it can kind of be a bit immersive if they do it right. I think that's a good look.
Okay. Anybody else? Keith, D2?
I have nothing.
I got something for you, D2. I mean, for Keith. Me and D2 and Keith, K-Bum kind of talked about it, but I want to get you and Jedi's opinion before we move to The Last of Us, because this game was shown, and we talked about it last week between us three. So I start with you, then I throw it to Jedi. Death Stranding was shown, and you kind of saw the back and forth conversation we was having in Hangout.
Yeah, I did.
And you saw what K-Bum went. You saw K-Bum bit. He got bit by the bug. The crack got to him because he talking about the game looks pretty cool now. When we still don't know what the game actually is. Yeah, man, you got to save your boy Jedi, man. He let the crack get him this time. But you've seen the game. We all have seen about 50 minutes of this game being played by. Is it Kimishima? Is that how you say his name?
Kojima.
Kojima. We've seen him playing it himself. What is your take, Jedi? I mean, D2. I mean, Keith, and then I throw it to Jedi. From what you've seen, what you think about it?
I don't know what to take. What am I taking? I seen him walking around with a baby, being a babysitter. I don't know what I've seen. I don't know what I'm looking at still. I don't think they fully understand how to fully explain this game. And I think that's another problem.
Mm-hmm.
It looks great, of course, but I don't know what I'm looking at. So this is kind of one of those games where it's like you just probably got to experience it for yourself and hope that you didn't waste your money, because I don't know what it is. And right now, it's not fully piquing my. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not piquing my interest. That's a lie, because it is. Because I want to know what it's about and what it is. But right now, I don't know what to fully say about this. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Yeah, when we talked about it last podcast, none of us had actually seen the 50-minute footage. We just seen a little bit that was shown at E3 and a few other things. But Jedi, what's your thoughts, man? I don't know if you've seen that full Kojima 50-minute gameplay that he showed, trying to kind of show some of the game being showcased. What was your thoughts?
Nah, I only seen the general, few seconds of the game, and I wasn't even sure if that was gameplay. I didn't even know there was 50 minutes of footage of the game out.
Yeah, but, it really just
with
walking
that said,
around.
I'm in the same boat. I have no idea what the game is.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, now that I say that, I think it's pretty cool. Like, nobody knows what this game is about, but to some degree, I think that leads to the level of excitement. I don't know. I'm not buying the game, but I hope that the folks who purchase the game get an awesome experience. The game looks, at least from what I've seen, I'm not even sure if this is like in-game footage, but the game looks phenomenal.
As far as visually?
Visually, the game is ridiculous.
And I agree. But, visually, the game looks amazing.
I have no idea what the game is.
And that's why I don't want to go too hard into this. I don't want to go too hard. I hear somebody talking. I'm gonna give it back to you. I don't want to go too hard because I want K-Bum here so he can kind of defend, or defend his position and why and what he saw and what made him change his position. Because I don't see anything. And like I said, it was a few aspects of that 50-minute gameplay footage that was kind of interesting. The part where he was, well, it was and it wasn't. And I'm going to tell you why. If all you're going to do is be throwing grenades at this big thing and that's it, and like, it looked good, it looked amazing, it looked action-packed, but it also looked extremely boring. So I'm interested to hear what K-Bum say, so I ain't going to say much more about it, but who was saying something before I kind of overtalked him?
Oh man, I was saying, is it a game? Do we even know that this is a game? We see the graphics, but it was like you're doing a lot of walking and escorting and being a babysitter. Don't touch my baby.
And a mailman.
Grenade.
That's what it looked like. It's like they say
And
it's
a
almost like
mailman.
you're a UPS delivery guy. And a lot of the time, Jedi, a lot of the time of that 50-minute video, about 45 minutes of it was running, sitting, eating, walking, peeing again, walking, checking on the baby. Then you got like 5 to 6 minutes footage of some action, and then it went back to walking and more walking, slide down a hill, and then walk some more. I was like, bro, Kojima, you I think you hurting yourself. I don't think this helped. So
like with this baby, is this like the last natural baby in the world or something? Like, does anybody have an idea of what this baby, what the purpose is?
Nobody know. No, that you know what I think? I'm pretty sure, knowing how generic and what, a lot of times they be pulling these ideas from other sources. I bet you the baby is some special baby, some about the baby, almost like Last of Us. Like, what made is her name Chloe? What's that girl name in Last of Us?
Ellie.
Ellie. If you I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't played the original Last of Us. I don't mind.
5,
I don't mind.
4,
Yeah, I'm finna.
3, 2, 1.
Ellie is unaffected by the virus that everybody else is affected by. Ain't that right? Am I wrong on saying that, Keith?
That is correct.
So she's special, and that's why she's needing to be protected, so that they can basically possibly study her, almost like Legend, like the I Am Legend.
Oh, yeah, use it for like vaccinations.
Yeah, so and I'm thinking this baby must be maybe what you said, the last pure baby, or is a specially genetically engineered baby, or something about it that, and maybe he don't even know the importance of the child, but it's so. There's nothing. That's all we can go off of. It got to be a special baby because he wouldn't be carrying around if it wasn't. So I don't know. It's kind of stupid, to be honest with you. Be honest. But D2, you got anything to add to that, or we can move on to our main topic?
You can move on.
Okay, so The Last of Us 2 has been highly anticipated. We finally got our first for real. Well, I won't say for real because I don't know how to put that, because we did see some gameplay footage. The last one, we didn't see all the other stuff with the smooching and the church music, and I don't know what Sony was doing that year. I don't know what they was high on something, high on stupidity. I don't know, but we got to see the actual game, and it seems like they drawing a lot of inspiration from Red Dead. I don't know if y'all feel that way or not. I'll let you go, D2. Did you see a lot of Red Dead influences in the footage that you saw yesterday?
I didn't see anything about The Last of Us 2 because I'm at that that one E3 that you was talking about was enough to the game.
Okay. You still kind of like turned off by. And I think they turned off a lot of people with that just blatant in your face. You know, you got an agenda. We don't need agendas in our games, and not on that type of level. That should
I mean, I never played the first one, so I didn't have a dog in the fight anyway. But then, I was somewhat interested because, it's their big game, and then they did that. And I'm like, you know what? Now I'm really don't care.
Yeah, the first one wasn't like that. It was just, it didn't have, I think in the climate that we in with, with different groups trying to, be heard, and with social justice warriors and different things like that, I think just like Captain Marvel was a reaction to this. Hollywood, the video game industry, they all, to me, reacting in a way that they don't need to react just because this is a popular and trending thing that's going on in society. So, no, the first Last of Us wasn't like that. It had elements of it in there, but that wasn't what you was being focused on. That wasn't focusing on that stuff. It was just a part of this. Go ahead.
Well, you're right. It was in the first game. I think it was in the DLC.
Yeah.
It was in the DLC. I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I understand there's representation, but I understand D2K's position is like, why are you just putting it in my face? Like, it could just be.
Yeah,
like, if it's just gonna be, let it be. Yeah. But yeah, I can see the representation. Just like I want to see representation of more black male characters, black female characters, and so on and so forth. That part didn't turn me off to the game. But I can see why a person would feel that way.
Yeah.
But I'll let you keep moving on with the narrative.
No. That's good. We're talking about The Last of Us. So, Jedi, feel free to jump in any spot you want to jump in. If you not sure what we talking about, or if you are and you got some thoughts on it, let it be known.
I wasn't exactly sure. I'm kind of catching up on the footage as I hear you guys talk.
Well, the original showing of this game put a lot of emphasis on her sexual orientation. And
in the latest Last of Us?
In the one when they first showed Last of Us 2, Ellie, they made it very known what Ellie's sexual orientation was, and it really turned a lot of folks off.
The girl when they kissed.
Yeah,
right.
So that's kind of what we were talking about. But even though those elements was in the original game, they wasn't focused on in the sense that it's just we force you to look at this. It was more like it's there because it's a part of reality. But in the Last of Us 2, first time we got to see the game, there is like they was intentionally pushing that in our faces, and it kind of turned a lot of folks off.
Well, it kind of reminds me. Sorry for butting in.
No,
it kind of reminds me of like a Family Guy. And his comedic genius, and a lot of things that he does are absolutely hilarious on the show, but has strong feelings against certain people, and he will stop a scene to bash a certain people to what the cartoon was about. It has nothing to do with the cartoon or the plot of the cartoon at all. It doesn't fit at all. It's like, okay, we're going to stop here. We're going to make fun of these people, and then we're going to go back to what we're talking about. That's what it kind of felt like to me. It's like, okay, yeah, this is cool. We're going to see what happened from the last movie. What? What is all this? And then they stopped and they went back to what they were going to before. And it was like, what was the point of all that? So I'm like, no, thank you. But like I said before, I never played the first one, so I didn't really know anything about the characters. I didn't really have a connection to them and anything like that. So if I had played the first one, I'd probably be like, that was stupid, but I'll play the second one just to see how the story plays out.
Gotcha. And like I said, even K-Bum is not real big on Last of Us. But anyway, so yeah, but keeping going with the topic. So Last of Us 2 was shown, and we got to see actual gameplay footage of the game. Well, the original had a lot of horseback riding, but this one seemed to be, I don't know, it felt like it drew a lot of inspiration from Red Dead Redemption. And I don't know if I'm wrong for feeling that way, but I did. I felt like, wow, this has a lot of Red Dead influences in it, a Red Dead feel, and I haven't played Red Dead, so I don't even know if my feelings about it is worthy of being stated because I haven't played Red Dead. But just looking at it, it felt like it reminded me of Red Dead a lot, and I'm curious to get whoever want to jump in first thoughts on that.
Well, from the footage that I'm seeing, I can see where you are getting that from. It does, especially when they're doing the horseback riding through the snow. It does have that vibe to it. Um, in terms of gameplay, I'm not too sure. I haven't played Red Dead since like the Xbox 360. I haven't played the last one, but to kind of give my 2 cents on what they've kind of been pushing in narrative, um, I guess it shouldn't be too surprising. You know, one, you can kind of get the LGBT community to support the video game, and that's revenue right there. Anytime they feel like they've made a breakthrough in a particular area, they'll support it. And in a game that is showing this, quite outright, that can help with revenue. But I mean, we're at the point now where, like in the '80s, man, when we played video games, it was just video games. That's all it was. It was Super Mario and Mega Man, Count Dracula, or whatever the case may be. Now it's like you have the ability for life to imitate art, and things have been so thoroughly created within this space that you can actually implement narrative in many ways. And that's just, you got to take it. That's what it comes with. If you support these type of things, or if you feel a particular type of way, then you don't buy the game. If it doesn't bother you, then if you are in it specifically for gameplay, then I guess it's okay. I've come to the conclusion that we're living in a time where this is the time that we're living in. It is what it is.
Right.
I kind of feel like it's a society of you have to chew the meat and spit out the bones situation. I think that if there are better ways of getting your point across and drawing attention to things other than forcing it down people's throats. It's kind of like the whole situation about the Mary Sues in movies. I looked at this one YouTube video and he made a comparison with 4 characters, but two of the characters people accepted and 2 of the characters people didn't. That were successful when you had strong female leads were Alita Battle Angel, 2 movies that came out recently.
I got that up there.
And then you had 2 videos where they weren't accepted very well was and Rey from Star Wars. Biggest problem or the biggest difference between the 2 is that with Alita Battle Angel, so I can't really speak to her that much, but I've heard people who've seen the movie said it was excellent. I do plan to watch it at some point. But with Wonder Woman, with Diana, that she had vulnerability, she had things that she had to learn, she had things she had to overcome, she had mistakes that she had to rectify. More personable, that you could relate to her as a person. And I would assume that Alita's character had similar qualities as well, which is why a lot of people said, hey, I like this character. Rey and Captain Marvel, the sentiment that I'm perfect, all with me, I'm already at the top tier, but someone, usually a man, is holding me back potential. And when a character like that is like, if you're already perfect, then I can't relate to you because I'm not perfect. Theater is perfect. So how can we relate to you?
Right.
That's why it doesn't work. We don't get a chance to go with you on a journey to perfection. We want to go on a journey with you. It's like the character of Seven of Nine on Star Trek Voyager. She was a former Borg that got taken out of the collective, and she's trying to reclaim her humanity. But even though she's really human, she still is part Borg, and she's trying to achieve perfection, which is what the Borg's whole point is, to become perfect. But there are bad sides of that. We all want to do the best we can in everything that we do. So you're going on this journey with her, reclaim her humanity that was stolen from her, but at the same time, she's trying to take the good things that she got from the Borg and become better than any human beings ever become. And that makes her a likable character, a relatable character. Your character has to have flaws, and the character is perfect, then nobody cares. It doesn't matter if it's male or female, kid, adult, black, white, whatever. You got to have flaws. You got to be able to have something that the average Joe, can relate to.
And like I said, we got. Oh, okay. Well, I'm forgetting. I'm listening to D2 and not even acknowledging folks in here. What's up, Phoenix Star 5000? Welcome to the show. Not to deviate off too far into this conversation. I agree that they first showing of The Last of Us 2 was uncomfortable and a little jarring. I'd say that was a sentiment echoed by many, and it wasn't a small thing. But I believe they kind of course corrected that with this showing, and they showed a lot of the gameplay. That element really wasn't broached upon. So with what we saw, I guess a week ago with The Last of Us, so we can get to the main discussion of the multiplayer, I like what I saw. I think, and they brought them up. I kind of wish they wouldn't have did this, but at the same time, it's great. The main character is back. What's his name?
Joel.
Joel is back. Is going to accompany her on her mission. I'm pretty sure. Well, they did broach it a little bit, because I'm pretty sure what's going to drive her into whatever she's doing is going to be, I'm thinking possibly her love interest being killed or kidnapped or something. That's what it looks like. And which is going to send her off on a rage and a tangent and a revenge like scenario. So, but it looks interesting. It looks cool. Graphically, what did y'all think? Jedi, what did you think about it if you saw it graphically? Are you there?
Jedi? He was muted. Oh.
Are you muted, Jedi? I don't have you muted on my end. Go ahead, Keith. What was your thoughts on it, graphic wise?
I don't know if it was me that day, but I wasn't impressed.
Okay.
That scene where they're talking about the kids or whatever, and then it like panned to like Ellie, it looks so fake. Like it looks like a cart. I'm not gonna say fake because I know they're going for photorealism. But I didn't get the sense of photorealism. I got a full-fledged cartoon for adults, and that's how I saw it. And once I saw that scene, anything else after that, it looked like a freaking cartoon. I started noticing every little thing that doesn't matter. Like I saw how the horses were like super digital. I was like, man, them horses look.
Let me go back.
I was like, that looks terrible. Yeah, I was like, man, this looks really, really bad. For this game, and again, it could have just been me, but I wasn't super impressed. Like, I really wasn't. I was just like,
well,
okay.
I'm looking at it now, and
I thought I was. I'm looking at it. I'm listening though. I'm listening, Keith. Go ahead.
I'm pretty. Hey, everybody is entitled, right? But I just wasn't impressed. I mean, like I said, it could have been me just that day, but I mean, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it, bro. But tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm listening. I'm watching. I'm looking at it as we speak right now. I'm looking at it. And there is some aspects about the facial animation that is a little funny, but, and I get what you're saying. It does have like a, you know how them movies, like, you remember back when I think it was Square Enix would let Final Fantasy, they'd do a Final Fantasy movie, and it'd have like the skin to look real, but it still had an anime look to it. It does have kind of that aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no problem with it. I'm not mad at it.
No, it's cool.
Okay.
It's cool.
The part where she's going off with that axe, I mean, that looks.
It looks good. It looks good. But I see, like, this Red Dead is still popping to me. I feel like they borrowed from some Red Dead. But you know, that's kind of, to be honest with you, man, and now everybody want to chime in. Now I gotta hook my stuff back up. But to me, that's kind of Sony's formula right now, is the realistic yet anime blend. They like, you see that with Nathan Drake, you see that with Horizon Zero Dawn, you see that with the newest God of War, you seeing it with this game. Like, there is photorealistic imagery, but also seem to be like also a level of anime anime over that doesn't get right to just trying to make it look real realistic.
Stylized photorealism.
Yeah, there you go. That's why we need you here, DK.
I like that
You've
word.
always
I like
giving
that.
us the right way to say it. Now that you say that, tell me how to say this brother's name that I'm gonna give these guys to. How do you say that? Hazarai? I hope I'm saying your name right, bro. Welcome to the show. I can't say it. I can't say it. I'm not even finna mess you up like that. But we happy to have you here. They are talking about The Last of Us 2. Yeah, we are talking about The Last of Us 2.
Hey, FYI, I stepped outside.
Okay, you good.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to this game. I'm looking forward, after seeing it, I'm kind of excited for it. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I wasn't mad. I enjoyed it. I like what I saw. But go ahead, D2. You were saying something.
No, I wasn't saying anything.
Or was it Keith? Was you saying something? Or was you just telling me you stepped
No,
outside?
I was just letting you know I stepped outside, and if my ambient sounds out here get too much, just let me know.
No, you straight. We good. We can have the elements in our podcast.
Your ambient sound.
But has Jedi made it back yet? Okay, so I see he's still not here. But what I was watching, no, bro, it looks good. It looks. I was pleased. I was pleased with what I saw. And now, when is the release date? I heard they actually set a release date. Let me go look that up.
You know what I think it is? I think my eyes are tuned for PS5, and you guys are still behind with the PS4 and the Xbox. So I think that's the problem. I'm already ready for next gen.
What have you seen? Well, never mind.
Okay, he says stylized realism is what Nintendo games do. Sony goes more for the Resident Evil 7 look. And it comes out February. Thank you, bro. I had it up, but yeah, February 21st, 2020 is when this game is coming out.
I don't agree with that at all.
I can't agree with that. I think D2K was correct. Not to knock what you're saying, but when you say realism in Nintendo, it's just hard to say realism in Nintendo in the same sentence. Nintendo doesn't go for realism. They go for stylized anime. Like, I think Nintendo goes for a cartoon look, and it works for them.
I would
Mario.
say Nintendo goes for like that Pixar look.
Yeah,
while they go after games like that are very anime. Like
Yeah.
the games like the Astro Chains and what's my boy? No More Heroes. I think Nintendo goes after those games for their consoles.
And run
They
away
don't make
from
those
realistic. They run away from realism.
Yeah.
Nintendo runs away from
But the
realism.
games that they make are like, I mean, you look at the latest Zelda, that's like Pixar
Yeah.
type of stuff.
So I think D2K's terminology for it. Look, I'm using one. This terminology for it. Stylized realism is perfect. I think it's right what Sony does.
Because you're taking photorealistic characters, but you're putting your own spin on how you want it to look.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much how we have to do it in the art world, is that if you want things to look good, you have to start off with the foundation of understanding how real anatomy actually works.
Yep.
Then you can branch off and do your own little spin on it. When you watch cartoons like The Family Guy or The Simpsons or any other TV show that has people, but they don't look, obviously there's no yellow people and bite, and people in The Simpsons don't have elbows or knees and stuff like that, but it doesn't look wrong.
Like when they have 4 fingers instead of 5, and you okay with it.
Right, it doesn't feel wrong because everything is still set up the way it should be in terms of anatomy, even though it's highly stylized.
Right, I know Nintendo, he says my eyes are tuned for the Switch.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not gonna lie. I do like Nintendo's approach to video games. I do like that innocent, childlike nature that Nintendo brings with their game. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do. That appeals to me. Sometimes I'm not looking for photo realism or a realistic game. I want to escape. I want to go to. I like anime. I like Disney movies. I like Pixar. I like DreamWorks, Kung Fu Panda, and what's the other one? Dragon. One of my favorite ones. I can't even think of the name right now because
I know you're talking about.
No, I know you're talking
about.
How to Train a Dragon.
Like that stuff appeals to me. Like I'm into that just as much as my kids is, and like I don't always want to see realistic. And I'm the same way in my video games. I will go for a lesser realistic looking game than I would a realistic. I don't want like that's why games like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, and stuff like that aren't as appealing to me because it's just a video game about real stuff. I want to play video games and do stuff that I know ain't real. Like take me into space and do some crazy stuff because I know you can't really do that. I want to get that in my video game. So the more realistic I don't want it. So
I kind of chuckle when you say innocent though, because I was I'm sorry to just real quick before I lose this thought. When you said Nintendo and the innocence and the childlike and stuff like that, I was sitting there thinking about the Disney what's the movie Aladdin, how somebody said that song "A Whole New World" is about losing your virginity.
Right, it is.
Well, we know.
Well,
we know Disney be on some other stuff, big time.
And I think it's in either in Lion King or I think when he plops down in the dust, Scar. I think Scar, one of them propped down in the dust, and then if you look in the cloud of dust, it spells out sex. And then on Little Mermaid. On Little Mermaid, when they get married, the Pope has a erection.
And if you look at the actual poster for the Lion King, if you look at Mufasa's face, it actually looks like behind.
Right. So they ain't slick, and a lot.
But going by Nintendo, the characters that they're designing lately,
yes,
like these Pokemon characters, like Olivia, what's the name of the girl?
Is that a character in Pokemon?
She was in the not the one that's coming out, but the one that was the Sun and Moon. She was a black character. And there's another character that I forgot what her name is. I just drew her.
The one on Arms.
Twin Tail, her.
Yeah, Twin Tail.
And then I never, like I said, I only played Breath of the Wild for a little while, so I never actually got to see Zelda. But
Yeah.
I'm like,
let's move on past this conversation. But let me say this though.
We know.
Speaking of arms, to me that's what Nintendo does well. That visual. Arms is a perfect example of what the type of visual that Nintendo to me does better than others. it ain't realistic, but it ain't. It also don't look childish. It does look childish, but it don't look childish. It's that in between. But yeah, I think D2K was right on the money with the stylized realism. I think he was right on the money. But sticking with this conversation, The Last of Us. After they showed it with the state of play, it came out maybe days later to maybe the following week. I'm not for sure. That the multiplayer portion of the game will not be in the game. They are focusing on the single player experience, and this caused a boo-boo storm across the gaming spectrum, especially those who are Last of Us fans. So, is Jedi back? Is he still gone?
He called it. He called it.
Yeah.
He called it?
Yeah.
He out? He not gonna be back?
Yeah, he called it a night.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. So the Last of Us fans that like the multiplayer are upset. So, Keith, what do you feel like this is a deal breaker? And then we can kind of go into: are we blowing this up? Are people going overboard? Or is this a true? What's the word I want to use?
Problem?
Not problem. Like when somebody do something that hurts you, you wasn't expecting. Like violation. Is this a true violation? Like by Naughty Dog with removing this multiplayer of Last of Us? Go ahead.
I can't believe that they did this to us. No, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make fun of people. For me, no, it's not a problem at all. I mean, like, I played the original Last of Us for the single player and the story alone. That was the sole purpose I was there. I guess you could say the multiplayer was just icing on the cake.
Okay.
That's all it was for me. So to be upset about this game that's probably like a 20 to 25-hour game, and you getting all of that and a good story to progress into the next game that you're going to get, and you're upset about multiplayer, that's crazy, because you look how many multiplayer games that you actually already play right now. Why are you mad about this one game? Turn this game off and go play your other multiplayer games. Now, granted, I get it. You mentioned it earlier that people are still playing the original Last of Us multiplayer today, but it's not a deal breaker. This game was never like a multiplayer focused game. It was a single player. Let me tell you this story: a post-apocalyptic world about this girl and this man who lost his daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this game is about. It's not about multiplayer. Multiplayer is just something added to keep you invested into this world, keep you invested in playing these controls. It's not a deal breaker, and that's why they decided to take it out. I believe. I know K-Bone said something else, so I'll let you talk about that. But
No,
it's for me. You don't remember what he said?
No, I was just gonna give you one of these. That was good. That was just a good breakdown. Like I was like, I don't think we need to say anything.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not a deal breaker, man. And all these people, honestly, I know the negative community on YouTube. You know, they love to get those clicks. Let me talk bad about The Last of Us. Let me talk bad about The Last of Us. Let me get those clicks. Who cares, man? You're gonna buy this game, and you're gonna play this game, and you're gonna enjoy this game, and you're gonna talk about the story. You're gonna talk about it with your friends. You're gonna get on YouTube and spoil it. You're gonna do all of that, and you're not even gonna think about the multiplayer. Go play another game. Go play Call of Duty. Call of Duty looks great. Go play that multiplayer, and then when you're done with that, go play Last of Us. We really have nothing to complain about. Complain that they weren't making the game.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
Mosquitoes killing me.
All right, D2K.
I mean, I really can't. I can't really add much more than that. I mean, he pretty much summed it up. I mean, I've never, like I said, I never played Last of Us, so I can't really relate to it that much. All I can do is compare it to other games that I played that have multiplayer, and multiplayer is a very important part of the experience. no, I don't think that multiplayer is that. It's not like what multiplayer was to Halo, Call of Duty, or Battlefield, or Gears, or some other game where the campaign, you bought the game for the campaigns, but was as important, if not more important, than the campaign was. With Last of Us, I think you're playing this for the story, and like you said, it's just icing on the cake that you have that a decent multiplayer to go with that. So them not putting it in there really is not that big of a deal from that perspective. And also, it's not like they can't put it in later.
Well, we're gonna go there. We gonna theorize because I heard some thoughts that people were feeling. I'm kind of far away from the mic. People was feeling that that they holding that for the PlayStation 5 version of the game, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
I would say this. Go ahead, D2. Finish yours.
So it's not that big of a deal. Me and my friend were talking about this the other day. It's like, it seems like you cannot have any game, what developer it is, regardless of what console it's on, without some type of controversy following behind it. That toxic in the gaming community, where a game is released, there's always got to be some kind of problem that everybody has to talk about. Yeah.
I would say this. I played Last of Us, and I played the online a lot. I had a friend, my boy King Cooper. I think that's what he calls now. But he played a lot of Last of Us online. I think the thing is, and I think why folks are upset, is because it was actually good. Now I'm with you guys. It ain't gonna hurt me none. I wasn't so into the online portion of the game that it was just something that was there because I beat the game and I had a few friends that was playing the online aspect of the game, and I jumped in with them and had a good time with them. But I'm here for the single player portion. That's what I'm here to play, and that's what that's what attracts me to this game, is wanting to know what's going on with these characters, how the story is going to progress, where is it going to take us, how is it going to conclude, and how it's going to set up the next Last of Us 3, whatever they're going to do there. I want to see what these clickers about. I want to see whatever new different type of enemies that they got in the game that we're going to have to figure out how to get around or beat or whatever. That's what I'm here for. But I think the big issue is Naughty Dog with The Last of Us actually made a good multiplayer game that probably wasn't, they wasn't expecting it to be, I guess, received like and embraced like it was. It is an actual good multiplayer game, better than a lot of focused multiplayer game. It is really good. The 4-on-4 squad based, it's fun. It's fun. It's slower paced than your normal. It ain't like Call of Duty. It ain't like Overwatch. It's not like Splatoon or Halo even. It literally had its own feel. The weapons, the way that you kind of did things, it was different. It had its own feel to it, and a lot of people liked it. Like Keith said, it's still heavily played to this day. It's still a very vibrant service. Even 6 years removed, I heard one person say you can find games and matches faster than you can find it in Gears of War 5. Right now, you can find matches in The Last of Us more than that game, and that's a new game. So I understand some of the folks' outrage, but I'm gonna be honest, it's not a deal breaker for me. But having played the online game, the online offerings, it is a good online game, and so I can understand the frustration by losing it, but it doesn't bother. But it'd be like Nintendo taking online services out of Mario Kart. I would lose it. But that game was, totally designed around the online service. I think. I'll be honest with you. So
I don't think
for the
about
most
that.
part, I'm not saying.
Mm,
Okay, I'll backtrack a little bit. Yo, got
yeah.
me. I would say the online portion is very vital to the experience. I won't say it's built around it, but it's very integral to the game. As a large player.
I don't want to crack that egg open right here because we could talk about that for a whole show.
Okay.
Because I mean, is local multiplayer, not online. That's what they want more than anything else. But
Yeah,
that's
I'm
another
with you on that.
conversation.
But what I'm saying is, most folks gonna jump, like when you buy Mario Kart. Yeah, you're gonna go through to get all the different cars and the wheels, and you're gonna beat all the different cups and everything. But majority of your time is gonna be racing others across the world. That's mostly what everybody do on Mario Kart. I say Smash ain't even. I don't even get that to Smash, but I can see the outrage with that. I can understand. I'm just using that game to understand what maybe some are feeling with The Last of Us. I would feel that way if Nintendo decided, hey, we just gonna focus on the single player and the what's that at home playing with your friends. We gonna take the online portion out. I'd be livid and highly upset. So I can sympathize and empathize with those that are upset, but for me, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. But let's go with this thought real quick, and then we'll get out of here with this last topic. Do you believe that they're intentionally holding back the online portion of the game for the PlayStation 5 release?
Hey, I had a question real quick
Go
before you
ahead.
go on. I didn't realize I was muted. How similar is The Last of Us multiplayer and Uncharted multiplayer?
Not similar at all.
Are they're not similar? Okay,
No.
carry on.
Okay. No, Uncharted multiplayer is bunk. It don't work. What they trying to do with this is basically you playing Uncharted, but you shooting other people. That's Nathan Drake. It don't feel the same.
Okay.
Last of Us has generic characters. They're generic characters. It ain't Alien. Well, you probably can have Alien all them, but you just got generic random PC guy, and so you're not connected to the person you playing as. It's just about. It's almost like Call of Duty. You don't know who you ain't caring about the face behind the mask. Whereas Uncharted, it is Nathan Drake. It is Sully. It is whomever else you want to name that you're using. There's multiple of them guys running around there. Like, look at Nathan Drake shooting Nathan Drake. It don't have the same appeal. It just don't feel the same. So no, I wouldn't. I would say Uncharted Online is trash. To be honest with you, and I'm not the best person to give that grade for online gaming, but I would say Uncharted Online is trash in my opinion. Who said that? So
I don't know.
sound like somebody said that's your opinion. I was like, oh dang, somebody hear me in the background. But let's move on to this last. I asked the question: do y'all believe that they are holding it up for? They might be holding back the multiplayer for the PlayStation 5 version.
I'm not sure. I mean, they could. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they aren't. They might. How advantageous that would be for them to do that. Not unless the online PlayStation 5 is going to be so robust that they needed to hold this off to show off what it can do.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 5 is still a whole year away from hitting store shelves.
Well, I think possibly they needed so much time to focus on the single player that they probably didn't have the time to invest in the multiplayer at this time. And they probably, this is my thoughts, they probably working on the multiplayer portion now and releasing this for the PlayStation 4, knowing that they coming back with the PlayStation 5 version with probably even better visuals and all that, probably some DLC, and then an added bonus to get you to buy it. It's all, guess what? And this will have the multiplayer experience back. I think that's what they doing. I think this ain't important for the PlayStation 4. We gonna sell it anyway, and then we'll come back and use this as a selling pitch for the PlayStation 5 version.
Well, I mean, that could be true because Sony fans are just as gullible as any other fan base are, so they're going to go out and buy the game twice, just like everybody else. Nintendo fans do it, Microsoft fans do it, and Sony fans are going to do it too. So they know that they got them Sony fans in their back pocket. They can make you double dip, give you that whole spin, just like you said. It has the robust online experience, and the graphics will be better, and has some more bells and whistles, and people will go out and buy it again and act like it's the greatest thing that ever happened in their lives. So yeah, that's probably exactly what they're gonna do.
Man, let's just call a spade, man. Ain't nobody missing this game. I don't care. I don't care what they say. Multiplayer is never gonna come. You're still buying it. It's not gonna affect the sales one bit.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not gonna stop it from selling, but I feel like when the PlayStation 5 version come out, that's what they're going to use to get you to, you need to get this one, and that's going to be the justifier. You already played it.
And that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's fine. And at that point, go enjoy multiplayer.
Or you can just say, well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and see what happens. Right, because the price will be cheaper anyway, and if that doesn't happen, like it was brand new, and I could probably buy it for $30 instead of paying.
It's backwards compatible.
That's why, we're such in a rush, and I'm guilty of this too. But we're like such in a rush. Like, dude, if they say they're gonna do it, and it's eventually gonna come, or if they don't say it's gonna do it, so what, man? The Last of Us is one of those games of a generation, and DTK, I implore you to try to play the first one however you can. But like it's a really good narrative story, man. And it's like multiplayer shouldn't affect you missing out on that game. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be that big of a factor, and you shouldn't have that big of an uproar. Now I get it. You want to make noise, so Naughty Dog knows that, hey, we do enjoy this multiplayer, and you want to say things, but at the same time, you ain't gotta just slam the game or be all extra emotional. Just say, hey, let's start a petition. Hey, we want this game, the multiplayer in this game, and call it a day.
It's not like if 343 Studios came out and says, "Oh yeah, Halo Infinite's not gonna have multiplayer."
Mm-hmm.
Halo having multiplayer would be a travesty, though.
Exactly, but their response to this is almost the same.
Yeah, I don't think Halo has the same narrative, story driven. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some deep lore written in the game, but I don't think it has the same weight. But Halo kind of was not built, but it kind of got its start, and how it got so famous was the multiplayer. And I don't think you should skip out on multiplayer. And when I watch people play multiplayer on Halo today, it doesn't even look that interesting, honestly. Little red and blue men running around, that don't look fun at all. But not for me. It's for them.
That's the thing, it's something that's the reason why it's good to have different games out there, because some people never got into it and some people love it. I mean, for me, I didn't really get into multiplayer until Halo, because I had played like Unreal Tournament and Quake 3 Arena and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of fun, but it's not really my thing. But then Halo came out, and I'm like, whoa, I can do this. And all the LAN parties that we had and stuff like that, and that opened up the door for me to play first-person shooters on multiplayer, and I should underscore it that way, because I was playing other multiplayer games, but not shooters. But it's becomes muscle memory to a certain extent, where you don't even see the red and blue people. You just see, I gotta kill them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. It ain't a deal breaker for me. This game gonna sell like this on the next February, or this coming February. This game is gonna sell like no other. It's gonna be a high seller. So like Keith said, this ain't finna hurt anything. So people crying, but while they was crying, I'm still gonna get the game, but this is some bull, you know. Like, you need to shut up, dude.
That's so silly, man.
I'm still gonna get it, you know, because you know I do want to see what happens with Ellie, but this is some bull, man. This don't make no sense, man. They got me. I'm like, bro, shut up. You already admitted you giving them.
I'm gonna give you my $60, but I ain't gonna enjoy it.
So let's move to this last topic. We can knock this out real quick. And this ain't even a shocker to me because I knew this was gonna happen. When they announced the whole breakup and you know the division between Sony and Disney, I knew this wasn't gonna last because of that cheddar cheddar. So Spider-Man returns to the MCU. I need your thoughts. I'm gonna jump to you, Keith, and then I'm gonna come back to you, D2. Go ahead, Keith.
Go ahead, D2K.
Go ahead,
D2K.
Well, I mean, I guess I can kind of quote Andre, the Black video game nerd. He basically said that, well, Spider-Man never actually really left. I mean, they didn't do a movie without Spider-Man in the MCU in the absence, so he didn't really go anywhere. He just went on vacation. He came back and he said, "Oh, nothing's changed." You know, didn't even know what happened. It was like, what's going on? Trade rumors, you know. So, you know, I mean, we discussed this in the live chat and stuff like that. That this wasn't going to last. All this was just posturing and nonsense and whatnot. You know, there's no advantageous reason, even attempt to make a Spider-Man movie without
Kevin Feige.
It's just there's no way in the world that movie was going to be successful. It's not to say that people wouldn't go see it or who wouldn't enjoy it, but it would perform far, far less than any Sony movie or any movie, Spider-Man movie with the MCU, because people are going to be angry and people are going to intentionally crap on it. Even if it actually is good, people are going to say it's bad because they're salty that it's not with the MCU. So it just was not going to be, it wasn't going to work at all. So it was just posturing. It was nonsense. I didn't move at all when that happened. I'm like, yeah, whatever. What else? I'm hungry. Make me a sandwich.
Keith.
All right. I wanted the drummer, man. I wanted the drummer. I wanted the drummer. I wanted to see outside of Nintendo. Not Nintendo. Oh my gosh. Disney throwing their money around. I wanted to see how Disney was going to respond outside of throwing their money around. Like, okay, we lost basically the dude who we was going to use to propel both of us, Disney and Sony. We're going to use Spider-Man to propel both of us. And Sony's like, no, we want him full-fledged, yada, 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 or, you know, whatever the original agreement was. So I just want to see how they was going to try to spin taking him out of the MCU. But whatever, dude. I guess, man, we could be normal and let it go. But no, I a part of me did believe that, you know, kind of like D2K, like, whatever, dude. There's no way in the world they're going to leave all this money on the table. Sony's going to come to their senses and realize that a lot of people came out to watch Spider-Man because he was in the MCU. Even the Sony made movie Spider-Verse, you could say the MCU helped propel that movie.
Benefit from the MCU.
Yeah, it benefited. So when Sony goes back and look and they say, you know what, we're going to lose more money trying to play hardball. We might as well just let them do what they want. But I understand, like, trying to keep control of the Spider-Man character, but it's something about that. Excuse me, something about that MCU that, man, everybody's attracted to it. It is the new shiny, and trying to remove anything from the new shiny, it's dumb. Don't do it. So
right. Well, I mean, while Venom did well at the box office, and you could say even Venom, I'll be honest, all these movies have benefited from the success of the MCU. And the MCU has helped even Disney movies get what they get, because you going in hoping, hey, maybe they might live up to the MCU this time. That's what you're going there for. Like, well, maybe they got it right this time because Marvel was doing it so good and so at an elite level with their movies. You gave other movies a shot, hoping that you might get something equivalent to what they was doing. So, yeah, Sony, they wanted like, bro, wait a minute. If we mess around and move, and they put another character up here, Wolverine and all these different ones they got, and mess around and make them the common attraction, that can be detrimental to what we doing over here. Cause
yep,
and again, going back to Venom, it might have made money, but that movie wasn't nowhere near the caliber of what an MCU movie would be. So they could, if that's all they can do on their own, nah, go find Disney. Go ahead and let them know, here, man, here, take the bag, get your cut. And what you want to do? Okay, you got it. That's what they needed to do, man. I'm glad they did it. I wasn't even concerned about this when I heard them say as of now. When I heard that line, as of now, Spider-Man is out of the MCU. I like, this ain't gonna last. This is just posturing. This is just who gonna fold first. And we knew Disney wasn't gonna fold. when you saw Feige is going to work on Star Wars, I bet Sony called, wait a minute, okay guys, okay, we can see, we gonna bring them back. Because if they make something else more famous, if they move on, let's say they move on to Star Wars. Because, MCU is long in the tooth, and people might eventually get tired of, especially now that our big stars is gone. No more Robert Downey Jr., no more Captain America, no more of these, what we come used to, all them gone. If they move to a different franchise, they could create what they did with the MCU with Star Wars. And ain't nobody checking for Spider-Man now.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
They might just say, we're done with the whole, we had our fun with the comic books, now we're on to something else now.
Yeah.
We got Spider-Man over here. Yeah, that's old. That's no news.
That's old news. So Sony, look, we need to get it while we can, because if they do what they gonna do over there, and if Feige can pull, have the golden touch like he had with the MCU gonna be, some of look how far they got the MCU really charted out. We don't really have anything real relevant coming for like 2 years. So I don't know. I mean, I think Sony had to be smart here. Also, man, I'm staying on this, and then we can go and get out of here. Have y'all been hearing the rummaging of them kind of looking at going away from Captain Marvel?
I've not heard that.
I haven't heard it, but I can see it. Yeah.
Well, actually, I did hear something about that not too long ago. I didn't think that they were serious. I thought they were just rumors. But
I read some article or something on the fact that they're not happy with Brie Larson. How you say her last name?
Brie Larson. You know what? I'm with Captain Marvel. They just recast the role with somebody else. I don't like her at all. I think that she was a detriment to that role, that character. There was a wrong actress for that role. She was not believable as, if you look at Captain Marvel in the comics and you look at her, she doesn't fit the character at all. And
like a sore thumb in the movies, man. Like Endgame really exposed how out of her league she was as an actor,
right.
And she did not. I mean, every scene that she was in with the other actors, she stood out like a sore thumb. She did not fit in. She did not,
because in the reason why it goes back to what I was saying before is that she's trying so hard. I cannot let myself be underneath character in this scene, and in her mind, that's what she's thinking.
Oh, okay.
I was got to have the last word. Always got to seem like I'm coming out on top. Just answer the question. Just don't even. I don't know. And like I said before, I didn't know who she was at first, but then I recognized her face because I remember seeing her on King Kong Skull Island.
And I didn't like her in that. And
I didn't like her in that.
Yeah.
I don't like this character. And then I saw her in Captain Marvel.
Don't touch me.
Exactly. That's what I feel like. Ugh. You know, I mean, none of the other characters that were in the MC, none of the female characters you like. Black Widow, you like Gamora, you like Nebula, you liked what's the Shield agent's lady's name?
I can't think of that's the one person I don't know her name. You talking about the one with
Nick Fury all the time?
Yeah.
I know you're talking about. I can see her face, and I can't think of her name.
She was cool. Obviously, all the the Black Panther women were cool. The was good, and then they brought her in there.
She wasn't even as good as Thor's girl. I think
Jane. That's I don't want to get started on that.
Right, and, but yeah, I think I believe they strongly considering either removing or going away from her or recasting that character. Like I said, she
served her purpose.
Yeah, she did, and I don't think they can really go anywhere interesting with her as the actor. She just don't.
But they don't.
She don't have it.
There's one good thing that they could do. There's one thing that they could do that would be brilliant.
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say, and I agree.
What you finna
since
say?
They bought Fox. Is that what you're gonna say?
The best thing that they could do that would make everybody happy is to let her somehow come in contact with Rogue.
There we go.
Movie, and let her absorb all of her powers, taking her out of the picture so that Rogue could be like the 90s version of Rogue.
Yep.
Oh, I ain't thinking that. Y'all was way out of my league on that one. I was like, what? Rogue?
That's the only thing I could think of, too.
So
it'll be so perfect.
Basically, Rogue, the 90s Rogue is Captain Marvel. That's what you're trying to say.
No, the 90s Rogue, the 90s Rogue.
Basically in power scaling, I mean, power-wise.
She stole all the powers from Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh.
It basically killed her. I mean, on the cartoon, it just said she was in a coma, but in the comics, she killed her.
So when she touched her, she absorbed all of it so much so that it. Oh, I didn't know that.
Right, because Mystique knew that was going to happen, and that's when Mystique was still kind of like raising her, or leading her, and she told her to hold on and not let go. And she didn't let go, and she wound up permanently absorbing her abilities to fly and her super strength.
You got applause on that one, D2. LT 1984 like that idea.
I think maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they purposely did this on purpose. We're going to get the most annoying, character we could possibly get, or the person that just makes you just and then people will cheer when Rogue steals her powers. Like, yes! Yep. So now you're getting the role that people want in the first place.
I thought you was going to go with maybe making the girl that was her friend or the daughter some kind of way recast the role as the friend's daughter. That's what I thought you was about to go. But
that's over with.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it that was like the past, wasn't it? She's probably old by now. Oh, you said the daughter. Never mind. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, the daughter. Like the friend, the best friend, daughter. Like some kind of way, she becomes that black version of Captain Marvel. And some
I don't want to see that.
You don't. Okay, that's what I thought you was going to say. I was like, that's cool, but But I like what you just said. I didn't know that. LT 1984 said that's all she's good for. All she's good for is giving her powers to somebody else. But I think they about to go away from Captain Marvel. I think they finna go away from Brie Larson. That's what I think. And either recast her or just totally nerf her and shelf her until they can figure out what they. Because I think she did. Man, I'm telling you, when I watched Endgame, dude, she stuck out like a sore thumb. She couldn't act. She wasn't believable. Every time she came into the scene, she was annoying. She was. You knew she was acting. Everybody else felt like they kind of formed into the character and became the persona of whomever they was playing. She never stopped being Brie Larson. She never stopped being who she was, and her energy and her attitude, her face. It just, no scene that she made. I was like, get her out of here. You're fired. You are the weakest link. Leave.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things about Marvel is that they did such a great job of casting all these characters and getting characters that when you see them, you believe that that's who they are. You believe that Robert Downey Jr. is Tony Stark. You believe that Chris Evans is, Steve Rogers, and, even with characters that you didn't think, like, you had two Bruce Banners before you got Mark Ruffalo, but then he was like, damn, that's perfect.
Yeah, it worked.
When he finally became, he was Bruce Banner. I mean, what's his name that plays Black Panther? I forgot what his name is. He works. I don't think that he's a perfect Black Panther. He wouldn't be my first choice for him.
I agree with that.
He
does work. He works enough to where I'm okay with it. It's like Thor. Yeah. Thor works, and sometimes he don't work. But I like him. I accept Thor. They couldn't have done better with Black Widow. I'm sorry. Like, really? What's her name? The girl that played Black Widow.
Scarlett Johansson. Really?
Man.
Really?
You think so? Y'all think they could have did better?
Hey, I don't have many celebrity crushes, but she's one of them.
Like, to me, when she showed up in the second Iron Man, I didn't know who she was. All I knew was, man, whoever they got playing that role, they must have found her. And I don't know where they found this girl at, but she is beautiful, and she's selling this character. And, like, to me, she like Robert Downey Jr. She was just built for that role. She sold the emotions, like when she was scared of Hulk or when she was scared of Winter Soldier. Like, she sold that. You believe she was really scared of him. Here, this powerful, this capable character who was showing open fear in the movie while still doing incredible things. Whereas Cap, you never saw Cap fear anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? She showed fear when Winter Soldier. You see when she was hiding behind that car. Matter of fact, I might go watch Winter Soldier when I get on.
Or even when she first met him, when she went to that village where he was in Avengers, and he was like, "Stop lying to me!" And she pulled that gun out.
When he's talking to Hulk. You talking about when he's talking to the Hulk?
Yeah, when she's talking to Hulk. Yeah. That part you could just say like, man, check my underwear.
But I was talking about that scene was one, and I was talking about that scene where Winter Soldier showed up for the first time and had kind of set his eyes on her. Dude, yep. She was panicking. Like, she was like, somebody get me the freak out of here. You know what I'm saying? and but Brie Larson, no scene, nothing she did felt like, get her out of here.
Even before she became super powerful, she wasn't like, she was the same. Her character didn't develop.
No,
you would think like, okay,
deadpan
I went
face.
Super Saiyan.
Exactly. We never got to go on the journey with her to become Captain Marvel. It's like, I'm already perfect. I just got to get all these men out of the way so I can be perfect.
Yeah, it was like, even when she was holding Thanos, I wanted Thanos to beat her up. I was like, dude, sling her off, man.
And you know what? I think they did that beautifully. They did that so perfect. They did it in a way where people who don't like her got what they wanted, and yet the social justice warriors couldn't say, "Oh, why'd you treat her like ways? You treated that way because she's female." No, it did it a perfect way that she got the snot knocked out of her, and it wasn't, overbearing and over the top.
And I was happy, and I was bored, but I was loving.
She got her shine on, and then I was like, it ain't sweet.
But I love with Scarlet Witch. When Scarlet Witch was ripping them apart, he said, "Let it rain." I was like, "Thank you for that." Oh, I was like, "Thank you for not letting her get the bigger moment." Like, Scarlet Witch was on it. Like, she was like, "Bruh, you unkilled Vision. You stole my love. You finna die."
I didn't know who you were. I was like, "You gonna remember me?"
Yeah, she was like, "Man, she was boy." That scene. We can't talk about this. We'll be on here another hour. Let me stop. I'm done. All right. So, Yeah, it's official. I'm going upstairs to watch Winter Soldier as soon as I leave here. That's legit. That's gonna happen. I'm not even gonna cut the grass. I'm gonna cut it tomorrow. So, with that being said, go ahead.
Sun is down. You better get that grass cut.
Nah, I'm cutting it tomorrow, man. I'll cut it when I get it. No, I probably won't be able to even cut it tomorrow. I'm probably cut it Tuesday. I cut the front today. It's getting dark. I might not be able to do it either way it goes. So, we'll see. Hopefully it don't rain between now and then. But I'll probably cut it when I get off work tomorrow. But yeah, man, I can't talk about that. I get too amped. So, but with that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the cast, man. We slowly getting back to our familiar selves. Good that Jedi was able to jump on. Hopefully next time we'll be able to have the whole crew on at one time. Shouts out to K-Bum in his absence. But y'all want to sign out going with Keith Norris?
Bye.
All right, and speaking for me and D2K, tune in next time. Deuces.
It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topics plus. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and D2K. K-Bum 20 on the MIC. Jedi Knight all the way in Germany. Leveled head, you know who that boy is. But they say, live and level, live and level. We on the MIC. Live and level, live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level, live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level, live and level.